Joining me in the room podcast to talk about his fourth event, the Man Grappling Championships. Daniel Mina is in the house. What's up, my friend?
What's up, dude? What's going on, Steve? Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Hey, my man, congratulations on all your success as far as the grappling end. I know you got a lot of businesses going and a lot of success that way. But, man, let's talk about this huge tournament you're coming up on August 27th.
Yeah, absolutely. On August 27th, it's going to be our fourth Ironman event. This one's headlined by two Connecticut greats and legends, Nick Newell and William Nightmare Knight. So it's going to be an incredible event. We're looking forward to it. We're happy to have those two guys on there, as well as a bunch of great grapplers on the card.
Well, as we mentioned, this is Ironman Grappling 4. So, man, when did this all come about? And, how was the thought process of putting this whole grappling tournament together?
Yeah, it started off with actually there was a fringe Ironman event a long time ago. That was the reason it was called Ironman is that it was kind of an event that blended wrestling and jiu-jitsu. There was kind of like two tournaments going on at the same time. And, you would compete in jiu-jitsu, you could compete in wrestling, and it was by points you would accumulate through this tournament. And at the end, we'd name the Ironman champion. The first one was actually Estee Lara, who's our Ascension Wrestling Academy head coach. But after that, we focused specifically on no-gi, submission-only grappling. We did the first one in-house. It went really well. Me and Jeff at the time, when we kicked it off, we're pretty good we're pretty detail oriented and stuff like that. So getting it off the ground was pretty cool. The second one was our first attempt at a live stream, which we did on Facebook Live, and that went actually really well. And the tournament itself was even more fluid, more tightened up down to the minute. Our third one was our first super professional event. We have our own streaming site now, which is combatmedia.tv. It was an incredible event. We ran right down to the minute. So we've gotten down the actual tournament part to the T. We know when we're going to start, when we're going to finish. We're not going to be delayed. It's just not going to happen. We don't accept that. All right. We just watched the Flow Grappling. One of the biggest matches ever just happened with Gordon Ryan and Felipe Pena. And that event started almost 75 minutes late and such. So it was crazy for this to be the biggest grappling event that we've seen. And it starts that late. So we're just not like that. We won't let that happen. We're trying to run professional events and the professional side as well as for the athletes. We're trying to get athletes paid doing jiu-jitsu, right? It hasn't been like that. Most tournaments, you pay to play. We're doing the opposite. We're paying commissions, very high commissions on ticket sales, and then even match wins, either by decision, you get one pay, or if you win by submission, you get a little bit higher, and that goes up per belt, purple, brown, black, and such.
Holy cow. Well, as far as, from the start up until the point you are now, man, there has to be a lot of pieces that you added to this puzzle as far as, getting the stream going, developing it yourself, and then putting so much work into it to not have these faults that, you're talking with, Flow Combat and stuff like that. And I know watching you guys leading up to that first event where you had that stream available, the professional one, you guys were really high on making it, as flow is as simple as possible and not have any glitches. And that was like one of your main focuses on that stream, correct?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we there's a lot of downtime. And if you watch any streams right now for grappling matches, and here's the thing, grappling right now is still not very easy to watch. It's kind of, if you're not into grappling, it can be boring. So now you add this downtime in between matches. It just adds on to that. We like to keep it moving. Everyone knows when they're going to go to the minute, match after match after match, try to keep the excitement going. Since on our second one, we've added Jack to the gym as a black belt coach, and he's also part of our umbrella company, Ascension Combat, and he's done a phenomenal job on promoting on social media and doing most of the matchmaking as far as the card goes. So he's invaluable to us as well. Great vibe. So we just feel like we got all the pieces and people that are really passionate and hardworking for the sport and not just trying to get a money grab and throwing these cards together, calling it a professional card, and really it's anything but.
Well, I know firsthand, I witnessed, I do believe it might have been your second show when you went live on Facebook. I think it was the first show maybe Jack was involved in when he moved. And it was run even back, that second show, with Jeff in there and just the way it was run, even though, you were guys that were new at it, it seemed to run without any hiccups that day. And I was, very happy to be a part of it and see it come to life. Matt Bissett, one of the, referees that day, and the talent, that was all over that mats, man, from all over. I mean, just to see an event like that with these high level guys that I've seen in other tournaments, but man, to bring them all together and like at Ascension Athletics, man, was pretty special, bro. Man, as far as Jack, he was the last event. He does commentary, I believe, with you, and you guys, integral parts in there, and have some exchanging guys in there that call fights along. Did Jack come out of the desk and have a match? Like, was he like a secret weapon one of these events?
Yeah, it was kind of funny actually. So we had some matches fall through, and someone couldn't make it to the event on the day of. They were coming from New York, so they got in a car accident and such. So we had someone on the card take a second match. And I typically don't like to do that for this exact reason. That person got hurt in their first match. So it came to their second match. Now his opponent didn't have a competitor or an opponent there. So Jack was like, you know what? I'll just jump in. And he left the commentating table with me. And Jeff filled in, started commentating with me. And Jack jumped into the match, and he's always fun to watch. That was an incredible match. He ended up winning it, not knowing he was going to be competing today. Typically, right now, so last event, it was me and Jack on the mic. Jeff came on for a little bit. I even had Mike Wacker from Black Hole. He came on and commentated the match as well. He's unbelievable. He actually has an event going on today, Hudson Valley Grappling Invitational. Check it out. It's actually on Flow Grappling, or if you're in the area, the Hudson Valley area, go check it out live. But I'm typically on the commentating table, and it's funny because they keep telling me I'm good at this, and I'm like, I don't actually even think that, but that's fine. But this show, it's going to be me and Matt Bissett commentating with me, so that's going to be pretty awesome. I'm super excited for that.
Well, I know Matt personally from
shirt on right here.
Awesome, my man. Well, I know Matt just from the MMA game. I got my start. He was one of the first fighters that really gave me some of his time to interview him, stuff like that. So Matt's an awesome guy. He's a funny son of a gun too. Knows his jiu-jitsu, and he's a great add-on to be behind that mic, man. So it's going to be a great day, man. Fun, all involved. As far as the competitors on this card, we'll get to William Knight and Mr. Newell at the end here. But as far as the competitors here, what kind of where are we in kind of the stages of their career? Is there all different kind of levels here, or is it just one absolute kind of tournament going on?
So this one, IGC4 is actually coined. The name is the Duels. So we've always done a tournament, whether it be a 155. Our first one had a women's and a men's tournament. This one is called the Duels, where it's just head-to-head matchups. So no tournament involved, just one person versus the other, all super fight matches through the whole card for this event. And that goes from our early matches, the blue belts, purple belts, then all the way up to brown and black belts. We have some really cool matches involved there as well.
Excellent, my man. As far as I know, Matt, when I was there, he was reffing. Since he's going to be behind the mic, who is going to be calling these and scoring these kind of matches going on?
Yeah, so actually Matt was a judge. So what we do is we do submission only, and then we do a three judge decision. One of those judges is the referee on the mat, and then we have two people sitting on the corners watching as well. In case there's no submission after the 10 minutes, the judges will raise their hands on which one they want, and go from there. This typically Felipe Simplicio referees our no matches, and he's an incredible black belt as well. So that's really cool. I don't think he's doing this one. If I'm not mistaken, it's slipping my mind actually who's refereeing this one. We got so many things. I'm focused on ticket sales right now.
I understand.
Jack actually handled booking the referee this time around, but I feel bad that I don't know exactly who that's going to be right now.
That's all right, man. He'll be right on that stream. You'll be seeing a lot of whoever that is, man. Man, well, let's get to the main duel here with Nick Newell and Mr. William Knight. And it's funny because when I reposted the event on our group page, people, it was a couple of people going, wow, that's a weird matchup, that. But this happens all the time in jiu-jitsu as far as the super matches, super fights. You got weight differences, maybe a belt difference here, man. How did you get this matchup going? I know Nick, I think, called, maybe was doing the commentary on that live Facebook one a couple of events ago. How'd you get these two guys as your main event here?
Funny, on our IGC2 event, Nick Newell was actually commentating with me, and William Knight had a match against Mike Deeb on that card. And Nick Newell threw out there, is like, I'd go against Will, and I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, why not? And it almost was made for IGC2, and I think Jeff was like, no way, let's not. And at the time, Will was way bigger.
Yeah.
And if you watch IGC2, he's just a tank in there. So this one came around, and actually Nick had posted something about jiu-jitsu events and people trying to do kind of like a little bit of a money grab and charging a little too much for these events where you're seeing, kids and white belts and stuff like that. And that's what I was talking about. You can't really promote something as a professional event. And really, it's just, amateurs and people that are just starting to compete. So he mentioned how there should be a low cost of entry. And I said, yes, I agree for certain events. But when you're trying to put on professional events or paying people or even producing, creating a very nice production, I was like, that's got to be all accounted for in ticket prices and such. And then he kind of threw out there, he's like, you want to sell some tickets? Put me versus Will Knight. And I was like, if you're down, I'll reach out to Will right now. And he said, yep, I'm serious. And I reached out to Will right then and there, and Will didn't waste any time. He's like, heck yeah, I'm down. And then in a matter of like 15 minutes, I had this crazy main event. And I was like, I can't believe this is happening right now.
Let me ask you a question about that, Dan. When did William ever hear Nick's commentary on his match saying, "Hey, I'll go against"? Did he ever listen back?
I'm sure he did, and I think Nick also kind of said it to him as well. So I'm sure it was kind of there, and it's going to be a fun match.
Yeah.
They're actually. Will's been coming down in weight because he's trying to get back down to, I believe, the light heavyweight area for UFC. And if you know Nick, when he's not cutting weight for lightweight, the dude's a tank.
Yeah.
He's up there. So it's still be a weight difference, but not a crazy 60-pound weight difference like people thinking it's going to be. It's going to be a competitive match. It's going to be a fun match. I can't wait to see how it goes down. We did a little highlight just yesterday on each of their grappling matches, and it's so funny because, you got Nick doing his patented nicotine and heel hooking people. And then we got cut to Will Knights, and he's like just picking people up and unearthing them.
Yeah, that's going to be something to see. And thank God you have you have a stream for it. And you mentioned Nick saying, you want to sell tickets. Not only is the place going to be packed, and we'll talk about, how many you can fit in there or what are you expecting, but you're going to have a major stream for this. And I mean, who better to be main event? You got Nick Newell, big time veteran in New England, big face around the world for what he's done in mixed martial arts. And then you got William Knight, that big, huge guy coming out of, New England in the UFC now. And, these two guys going at it, man, they're going to make waves. And there's going to be a lot of people like just tuning in to see what's going to go on because it's just unpredictable what's going to go on that mat.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Well,
we got a lot of buzz, and the people that see the match happening, they're like, it's the reaction every single time. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about? And I thank Nick. I thank Will. Because Nick ultimately doesn't have to take this match. He really is, for the most part, doing it to have a fun match with Will, but also to support Iron Man. I know that, and I'm super appreciative of that. So thank you, Nick. Thank you, Will Knight, for taking the match as well. It's going to be super fun.
Excellent. Well, a couple of more questions before I let you get going, man. As far as, people coming in, what's as far as tickets, can you buy tickets at the door? Are you looking not to sell tickets at the door, get rid of them all online? What's the deal there? Capacity? What are you looking for to be inside the event?
Yeah, so we have a capacity of about 200. We have not hit that capacity in past. I got a feeling we will this time. So if you can get your tickets online, you could get them on the Ironman page on Facebook, on Instagram. They're all linked right in there. You can get them from the grapplers as well. They have physical tickets. We'll probably still sell tickets at the door unless we have this overwhelming response, which, we're about that 2-week mark. So right now, this is where, about a week out is where tickets pick up online. So, ideally, get them online. If not, we should be able to do them at the door, but just know that it's a risky opportunity there because, we might sell out at the door.
Well, really cool. It starts, I do believe, our doors open at 5 p.m.
Doors open at 4 p.m. The event starts at 5 p.m.
Excellent. Yeah. So it starts off early. People still get, be able to enjoy the night after watching some high-level jits matches, man. Dude, as far as, you and Jack jumped on the mat. Matt, I know, was just in the hospital. He had, surgery for his appendix. So, shout out to Matt Bissett. He's going to be back on behind the mic in a couple of weeks. But, I spoke to Matt after your second tournament, and he was like, I might get back in there, just to roll on the mat. Is there anything future about another super fight or something in the works that you might be thinking of down, for your IGC 5?
Actually, yeah, I have pretty much. So that's funny you say that. So that I can't announce the main event yet. We're just waiting on some finalizations there. But I will say that it's two women in the top 10 of Flow Grappling. IGC 5 is coined Athena, and Athena is an all-women's IGC. So we're running an all-women's event on November 5th. The main event is just about set. The co-main event, I have about half one party there. I'm trying to look for a matchup there. But yeah, man, we're working ahead of time now. Now that we got everything down, the stream down, our flow of the tournament, the ticket sales, every little aspect of this is a standard operating procedure at this point. Now I'm getting to focus and be like a promoter and find these matches and things like that, and just get them ahead of time so that we can sell more tickets, sell more streams, and get better, bigger matches, and hopefully, ultimately, the goal, pay these grapplers more as well.
I totally respect that, bro. You gave me, the hair on the back of my neck stood up when you said an all-women event because that's something you just don't see as far as,
Yeah.
in New England. Because we can't get women on in the MMA cage. I can just imagine trying to put a tournament together between them. So, God bless you, man. It's going to be an outstanding event. When is that one? So you thinking ahead? You say November for that, or
November 5th. Yep, that's November 5th. And like you said, it is sometimes hard to put something like this together, but really, there is a lot of women grapplers out there. There's a lot of competitive ones, and they're incredible. And sometimes they're more incredible to watch than the men. They're getting after it. And here's another thing, and this is just me. When I have women on the card, I don't have to worry about them dropping off. They say they're going to be there. They're there. The guys sometimes a little flaky here, So
I understand, totally understand.
Stuff like that, and all of a sudden dropping off the card. The women they make a commitment and they do it. And we've been running, Iron Woman grappling is part of our ethos right from the beginning. We had Trinity Pun as our 135 champ and our 125 champ. We haven't had a tournament since then because it has to go like this. I have to do it a little bit more ahead of time. I have to reach out to more. It's a smaller pool of grapplers as opposed to the men. So doing it ahead of time and reaching out to everyone is the way to go. And that's kind of the thing that we've been doing, trying to reach out to all these ladies and girls, teens. We'll have some young matchups. We're going to really highlight women's grappling at all levels and all ages. It's going to be an incredible event.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, my friend, one more question before, I let you give all the information. I'll add everything, all the descriptions, all the, website to this interview and the YouTube. But as far as, I know, the event's a little over 2 weeks away. Are you still trying to match up anyone, or are you kind of all set with everything you need?
So we got two people that we're trying to match up right now. Actually, one's Mike Savage Kimball. He threw his hat in this past week. I woke up to a text message from him. He's like, "Let's go, get me on the card." So we're trying to match him up. 145, high level blue or a purple belt, whatever we could get on there for him. And then we do have a 180-pound Savage brown belt that's trying to get a match. We had a few people respond to that today, but as far as that, most of the cards set. If we can get those two matches, we'll be good right then and there. And then it's showtime, getting to August 27th.
Excellent, my man. Well, a ton of information, I got out of here. It'd be great for, people to listen and see what's involved here as far as what's been going on, man. Hey, congratulations, bro. You're doing so many great things for the Jits community. I know, you're heavily involved emotionally, financially in Ascension Martial Arts there. You do a lot of stuff with the kids there. So, man, God bless you putting on this tournament and then getting one together for all the women. And then, Dan, we'll have to, talk again because you got like 10 other businesses going on. You're just a busy man. I don't know how you do it, but we'll talk. I'll get you down here live so we can get face to face and we can pick your brain about, all the stuff that's going on. But with that said, man, lay out everything you got to lay out as far as, who to contact, as far as getting in, on the matches, tickets, social media, throw it all out there, brother.
Yeah, so like I said, follow us. It's Iron Man Grappling on Instagram, Iron Man Grappling Championships on Facebook. You can apply right on through the links in those bios to be on either this card, might be a little tight, but on the next card, that application's already there. Give you all the information on getting paid and all that, and ticket sales, everything from there. I do want to plug, we do have our Ascension Grappling Championships, which is an open tournament. That's for anybody, that's kids, that's everybody. That's going to be on October 1st. It's our second big event. So registrations are open for that. We're actually happy to say that we're going to be the first tournament to have a visually impaired bracket on there for visually impaired grapplers. Yeah, so that's super exciting. So follow Ascension Combat, and that'll give you all the information for Ironman, for Ascension Grappling Championships, and for Combat Media TV, which is our own OTT streaming site.
Excellent, my man. Well, congratulations again, bro. I'll be there. I'll be hanging out. I'll, be getting some interviews with whoever wants to chat, getting some little footage here and there, some pictures, man.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
hey, thanks for, thanks for the invite. I definitely will love talking to, I'm sure I'm going to be bumping into a lot of familiar MMA faces, along with a lot of big time Brazilian coaches and BJJ practitioners, man. So,
It's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And then maybe you could come down. I'm at my cigar lounge right now, so if you wanna come down, smoke a stogie sometime, we can do a podcast right in here as well. We can do whatever.
dude, I can go mobile, man. I have that capability, so I will be down there. We'll do a switch. You come down here, I'll go down there.
Yeah,
How's that sound?
absolutely.
All right. With that said, Dan, man, I'll see you in a couple of weeks on August 27th for IGC4, bro, at Ascension in
Yes,
Bristol,
sir.
Connecticut, man.
Ascension Athletics, 99 Farmington Ave, Bristol, Connecticut. Steve, thank you so much. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
All
Can't
right,
wait to
man.
have you.
You be good, bro.
All right, brother.